Hello, I'm Chris Thompson, Superintendent of Schools for the Unified School District of De Pere, and I want to welcome you today for taking time to learn about the proposed operational and capital or facilities referendum questions that the school district is looking into. We have a survey coming out on November 25th, and we're looking forward to getting input from our De Pere area community. So what are the issues right now? We have three issues in the school district. The first one is an issue of finances. Right now, we are projecting to have a $5 million annual deficit over the next 5 years. So it doesn't actually start as a $5 million deficit. It starts as a $3 million deficit for the 24-25 school year. But within 5 years, it's going to grow to 6.8. So if you were to average them all together, it's just under $5 million per school year. Without additional funding, the school district is going to have to make some tough choices. And so we really want to get community input on how to move forward. When we talk about these issues, we also have another problem, and that's one of building capacity. The school district has 25% more students in it now than it did 18 years ago. Foxview Intermediate School is now at a point where it's operating over its recommended capacity. Likewise, De Pere Middle School is right at its recommended capacity, and De Pere High School is less than 40 students away from reaching its capacity. The school district has grown, and that's a wonderful thing in terms of the resources that it provides for all of our students. However, we also need to have space within the district. The other issue is that the district isn't continuing to stop in its growth. It keeps going. Ledgeview keeps moving onwards, and we know that if all of Ledgeview were to fill in, we would be seeing an additional 440 students within the district. Likewise, Monroe Road, otherwise known as County GB, is going to be connected in 2027 with Rockland Road from the south side of De Pere, and that will get things ready to then move forward with the South Bridge connector, which will be finished by fall of 2029. We anticipate heightened growth in the district because of that, and in those reasons, we got to move forward and put more capacity onto the district because we want the district to be able to continue its high quality of learning for students. The last issue is one of aging building systems. The school district's buildings are all continuing to age, get older. With that, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, and roofing are beyond repair in many places and require replacement. This hits Foxview, Dickinson, and the high school most urgently, but it also hits our other three schools, Altmeyer, Heritage, as well as the middle school. We need to look at all of our schools, and if we were to start looking at those systems, we would be doing approximately $22 million in renovations or repairs on those buildings. So here's what's being proposed. First of all, we're looking at the idea of having an operational referendum that would allow our district to increase the mill rate. Currently, the Unified School District of De Pere has the lowest mill rate in Brown County. What we're proposing is that we have an additional $4.75 million added to the district's revenues for each of the 5 years. It would be a little bit more at the beginning end, which we would then put the money into savings so that we'd have it for later years when we are going to need those funds. And that would allow us to keep our day-to-day operations as is. We would also be able to follow the recommendations for the class sizes within all of our schools and not make any programming services or extracurricular activity changes for the school district. This would allow us to keep those elective courses in career technical education, agriculture, fine arts, world languages as is, as well as looking at our college credit eligible courses, as well as youth apprenticeship courses. We want to continue all the programming that we have in our district, but to do that, we will require some additional revenue coming up here. This will also support salary growth in the school district so that we can remain competitive. This past year, we gave our employees a 3% increase in their salary. And while that may sound great, compared to the 4 to 8% that was provided in all other Fox Valley and Brown County school districts, it's not keeping up with the other districts. We want to maintain our quality staff that we have at De Pere, but to do that, we must remain competitively in terms of compensation. So that's the first question. The second question would be one of looking at our facilities. The Community Facilities Task Force met over the summer 8 times and studied the enrollment concerns and our current facility situations in depth. Coming out of those meetings, they made the following recommendation to the Board of Education: to build a new 9 through 12 high school with a capacity of at least 1,800 students. Within that school, we would see a competition level gymnasium. We would have an 800 student capacity performing arts center. We would have an indoor multi-use facility with a turf surface in there. We would also have additional parking in this. The idea is to place this high school where the current green space between De Pere High School and Dickinson Elementary School is. There's a lot of green space there. There's also two baseball fields. The Aurora baseball field, which is the varsity baseball field, would be left intact. We would, though, need the space from the Redbird field to go towards this new high school project. Then from taking that, we'd have space at the current high school, and we would transition that to becoming our new grade 7 through 8 middle school, and also have on site there a kindergarten for four-year-old kindergarten, a site there for early childhood and 4K. That allows us to put that all in one place. That's really helpful for us as a district. Then we would convert the current middle school into a grades 4 through 6 intermediate school. This is 4th grade through 6, not just 5 and 6. So we would be moving 4th graders up from the 3 elementary schools to our intermediate schools, but we would also then turn Foxview into grades 4 through 6. And that would give us the additional space necessary for those grades across the district. Then we would transition all elementary buildings to housing grades K5, 5-year-old kindergarten, through grade 3. We would now have space at all levels across the district for approximately, give or take, about 80 more students per grade level from K4 all the way up to grade 12. We would also finish all critical maintenance on Altmaier, Dickinson, Heritage, Foxview, and the current middle and high schools. So what happens next? We have a survey that's going to be going live on October 25th for all parents and district residents. The survey is going to be mailed to all residential addresses in the district. It will also be emailed to parents on the 25th. This survey will stay open through November 15th, and then the results will be shared with the Board of Education at the December 4th board meeting. And the board will use these results to determine if and when referenda questions will appear on the ballot in 2024. Should you have any more questions, do not hesitate to contact me at the high school. I'll be glad to help you out with it. My email address is cthompson, THOMPSON, @depere.k12.wi.us. My phone number is 920-983-9173.